I have to tell you about a trip we took to Palmyra and the church history site. Uh, our family gave it to us as a gift, and it couldn't have been more appreciated, given to anyone else than it was for us. It was magnificent. So I just want to tell you one story out of that. Sorry about the delay. Hopefully I can get it taken out. But when we went to Palmyra, we drove around the town and saw the old churches that were there when Joseph Smith was there. We saw the Hill Cumorah, we saw the Joseph Smith home and the one next to it. And then we walked out to the Sacred Grove. And we walked into the Sacred Grove, and of course they don't know exactly where Joseph Smith was kneeling, but they know the general area. So they have a trail that goes up and around and back down that certainly would cover the area. And we were enjoying it, and there were others there, and there was a spirit there that was really thoroughly enjoying it, imagining where he might have been, and where the pillar of light came down, and where they were standing when he actually saw the Father and the Son. And all of a sudden, into the little area, the park, whatever you want to call it, came a young man and two boys. Now, these boys were innocent boys. They didn't know they were doing anything that was out of line. The man should have, but the boys didn't. And they would run along the trail and jump out by a rock and by a stump or something. He was kneeling right here. Then they say, that's where Heavenly Father was, up there. And they were loud and boisterous, laughing, obnoxious. I thought, I need to talk to them. But I didn't. Guess who did? A little, not a priesthood man, a little Relief Society lady. And she walked up to them and said, boys, in a soft voice, so soft that she was approaching him so gently. They paid particular attention. And she said, do you remember in the Bible where Moses went up and he saw the burning bush? And then God spoke from the burning bush and said, take the shoes from off thy feet, for the ground thou walkest on is sacred ground. And she said, do you remember that story? And they both, all three of them said, yeah. And she said, this is sacred ground. Heavenly Father and his Son, Jesus Christ, have been here. That makes it sacred ground. We need to be really aware of that. And we should act so that the Spirit can abide here. And that's all she said. And from that time on, those kids were just as sacred as the place was. It was amazing. And of course, that was Wanda. And he did that in such a magnificent way, a way that I couldn't have done. And it was a marvelous, marvelous experience to see her do that.